video cameras, secure systems, and night vision devices. Have you ever wondered how it works? Well, I can tell you that it has to do with today's subject.
Back in 1839, Otto Becquerel and his son Alexander Edmund present for the first time the notion of the photoelectric effect. First things first, what's the photoelectric effect? Well, the photoelectric effect is a physical phenomenon during which a material, generally metallic, emits electrons when exposed to electromagnetic radiation such as light. To better understand these effects, we expose a metal plate to different light intensities while changing the wavelength. And we measure the electric current intensity resulting from the emission of electrons using an ammeter. For a given metal, there is a minimum frequency or threshold frequency of the light, above which no electrons are emitted from the plate. Above the threshold frequency, regardless of the intensity of light used, no electron will be ripped off. Below the threshold frequency, the number of torn electrons will be proportional to the light intensity. Nevertheless, it doesn't really fit if we consider light as a wave. Indeed, if we consider light as a wave, by increasing its intensity and waiting long enough, we should be able to provide enough energy to the material to release the electrons. Experience shows that light exposure is not the only parameter, and that the transfer of energy causing the release of electrons can only be done from a certain frequency. So, if light in this case is not a wave, what can it be? This is where Albert Einstein stepped in 1905 to clarify things using the concept of the light particle, now called the photon. Einstein's interpretation, the absorption of a photon, made it possible to perfectly explain all the characteristics of this phenomenon. Photons in the light source have characteristic energy determined by the frequency of the light. When an electron of the light absorbs a photon, and the energy of this particle is sufficient, the electron is ejected. Otherwise, it cannot escape from the material.
Constant research always leads to new discoveries at the science level. This simple revelation was the spark that ignited a revolution of inventions. However, the universe is so immense that it surprises us with new enigmas and secrets.